Okay, MEO, going to review the bear trap we did earlier today. 37 rallies is a very low number for as many people as we had on that trap. We'll work on that in the next step once we get the first step down when everybody using the correct heroes. You see the top 10 here. Not bad scores for this stage, but we are leaving lots of points on the table. So what I'm going to do is go over here to the video and let's get started. The last video I showed how to set up the squads. This will basically show you how I deploy the squads, and I'll point out some wrong heroes in the wrong positions. But overall, we're doing pretty good for the first few weeks. I think we're like 3 weeks in here. We're doing pretty good on the bear trap, and it's going to get better. It's going to keep getting better as everybody starts using the correct heroes. Let's skip ahead a little and see where we're at. Okay, let's just let it play then, if it wants to be like that. Alright, so as soon as the event starts, I call a rally using my first squad, and then I join 3 rallies with Jesse, Jasser, and Suyu. And in the first round, I do cherry pick. I choose which rallies I want to join and which rallies I don't want to join. You should only do that in the first round. After that, you should join the oldest rally, the next rally that's going to leave to go hit the bear. That way you get him into more rallies. You get your troops into more rallies that way. But in the first round, obviously your troops are waiting 5 minutes no matter what you do with them. So go ahead and put them in. And what I did here was look through the rallies, and I seen people with wrong heroes in my own rally, so I kicked them out. It's not a reflection of how I feel about those people. It's math. It's a mathematical calculation. What I'm looking at here is the skills that are applying to the rally bonus. Okay, let's go back a little bit to like that'll work. Alright, and you'll see that I'm going to click this yellow button on my rally. When I switch to my rally, I'm going to click this yellow button here. After I kick these guys out. So I click the yellow button, and this shows the rally bonus. This shows how the game is going to calculate the rally. Go back to like 2 before that. Wish I had better control over this. Let's go back to here and play. Kicking out wrong heroes, clicking the yellow button, and I'm going to pause here. These are the stats that apply to the rally. These are the stats that every single soldier in the rally is going to use. As I scroll down, these are the skills that are used. These are the skills that are contained in that rally bonus. Okay, and as you can see, I have all of my regular hero skills filled up. That's because I have 3 mythic heroes in my squad, in my call squad. 23. I do have this and here I click through. These are the joiners' contributions. Okay, so Jesse is damage up 15% for all troops at level 3. And we got 2 of those. And then we got 2 Jassers, one at level 3, which is 15% up also, and 10% up for the level 2. Okay, so that's a acceptable rally. Not all of those skills in my rally caller heroes here, not all of these skills are offensive, but 5 of them are. Okay, and without my 3rd mythic hero, which is Natalia, she contributes 2 of those 5. So if I use Sergei instead of Natalia, I would have 2 less offensive skills being applied to the entire rally. Okay, and that's important when we're reviewing the scores of the different rallies and the different joiners. That becomes very important. Something I see here is he's leaving a skill on the table, using Jasser to call. Okay, the reason that's a problem is because Jasser should be joining. He also has, or he or she, I'm not sure if it's he or she, let's see, 3, 10, and 6, 85,000 troops in their own rally. Okay, that's putting all your eggs in one basket. If you use a majority of your troops in one march, then you don't have the troops available for another march, especially in the march where you're calling the rally, because those soldiers are sitting there for 5 minutes. Okay, you already it's I limit that to 25% of my soldiers that are sitting there for 5 minutes at a time, when they could be joining other rallies and scoring more points. But yeah, Mali and Natalia are acceptable to call. I saw a Suyu join, not helping any. Jasser is valid here, not as a secondary hero. Let's go back there. 322. Patrick, okay. So Patrick gives us a health up skill, which we don't need a health up skill because the bear doesn't consume any of our health. The bear doesn't fight back. The bear doesn't play offense. The bear doesn't injure your soldiers. The bear doesn't do any offensive attacks. Therefore, defensive skills are completely useless on the bear trap. Okay, and the problem that presents is with that Patrick in that slot, that leaves another slot. Let's see who else they got in here in that rally. Natalia. Natalia is it's a defensive skill. Okay, so because that Natalia and Patrick are in there, that Suyu at the end could not get in there. Hurricanes. Okay, so that's what that does, is it takes an offensive bonus away by occupying a slot where an offensive skill could occupy. Okay, here's a good setup. 4 Jessies, all level 3. That's about as good as it gets for joiners at this stage. You know, everybody's going to have level 4 and level 5 Jessie, Jass, or Suyu soon enough. It's don't worry about that. It's coming. Eventually, all your heroes are going to have level 5 skills. That's just kind of the flow of the game. But you know, we're missing out on at least one offensive skill that could be in there because we have Sergey. He doesn't have any offensive expedition skills. Okay, and we go through here, and this is where I counted 5 offensive skills in that I'm contributing, just calling the rally. And then I have 4 level 3 skills, offensive skills. 3 Jessies and 1 Jasser there. Those are all 15% offense up. So I'm pretty happy with that rally. What I'm going to be watching for in the next minute, somebody joining with Molly at the last second and screwing it all up. I do believe in this particular rally, somebody joins with Patrick and I don't catch it in time. Let's watch and see. I'm pretty sure that's how it is. Now I'm looking at XOXO again. This is not an indictment on the player. This is not about how I feel about the player. This is about math. XOXO is an architect of MEO, and I have the utmost respect for this player, and I appreciate everything that this player does for the Alliance. And this is about math. This is not about the player, okay? Using Gina to call your rally, she doesn't have any offensive expedition skills. She doesn't have any battle expedition skills. Sergey doesn't have any offensive expedition skills. Jessie should be joining a rally because she is one of the only 3 heroes that we have right now that can lead a join march, because the correct skill, the top skill, and I'll show you what I mean by the top skill. Let the game load again. Jessie's, go into her skills and you see her expedition skills on this side. This is the only skill that's going to count in the bear trap. The skill that's in this position specifically. Never this skill, and these skills are for exploration in the arena. Okay? It'll never be this one, or Mythic Heroes have one in the middle there. If I used Natalia to join, this is the skill that will apply to the rally, and as you can see, it's a defensive skill. Therefore, we don't want to use Natalia to join a rally. However, we go down here and we see an offensive skill here, and we see an offensive skill here. Because she has 2 offensive skills that she contributes, she should be in the rally calling squad for me. Okay, and she is. She's my infantry. So if you have Natalia or Geronimo, even Geronimo, when I see people join with Geronimo, it makes me cringe, because he's got a damage up skill that you can join with, okay? But his secondary skills are also offensive. Geronimo should be in the call squad. If you have Geronimo unlocked to level 2 at least, even 1 really, even if you just have Geronimo level 1, that's 2 skills. 2 attack up skills. Okay? And it's not, they're not chance skills either. These are good. He should be in your call squad. You should call rallies with Geronimo. You shouldn't join rallies with Geronimo because he should be busy waiting for the rally that he called going. Okay? He shouldn't be available to join. Okay? Jessie, see her skill there. Jasser, his skill, damage up. Su Yoon, oops, skills, damage up, attack up, whatever. The other ones don't have that in that position. Bahidi is a good substitute if you don't have Zinman here unlocked. Bahidi's a good substitute to call your rally with because his top skill is a defensive skill, so that won't be used if he joins a rally. But his other skill is a damage up. It's a chance of damage up, but he's the next acceptable joiner the next acceptable marksman for calling your rally. Gina, let's look at Gina's skills. Gina is stamina cost down, which we don't consume stamina, and hunting march speed plus 20%, which doesn't apply if you're joining because it's not the top skill, it's the bottom skill. However, her hunting march speed, when you're calling your rally, okay, that's great that you get there, but you should be getting to the bear trap within 15-20 seconds anyway. So if these skills don't help the bear trap, it doesn't give you any advantage for the bear trap. Okay, so let's go and Sergey, the same thing. His skills are not related to the bear trap. However, if you don't have Natalia and or Geronimo, he's your only infantryman. So you just use him to call your rally for capacity. That's fine. But understand that your rally is going to be weaker. People are going to gravitate away from your rally when they see Sergey there because he doesn't have any offensive skill bonuses that he will contribute to the rally. Okay, so let's go back to the video. And XOXO has 2 heroes that don't contribute any offensive skills. And let's see, yep, I do that and I look there, and there's literally only one offensive skill that the rally caller is contributing to the rally bonus, and that's not going to make for a good rally. Okay, no matter what you do, that's not going to make for a good rally. So you'll see that I avoid that player's rallies for the rest of the bear trap, and I look for other people using Gina, using Sergey. I understand using Sergey. Very few people have Natalia to a point where they can actually use her. I have her to 2 stars only. She's not that strong, but I do have good hero gear on her. I have my strong hero gear for infantry on her. So, and hero gear counts for the rally caller, but the hero gear does not count when you join the rallies. The hero gear does not matter. The only thing that matters is that top expedition skill. Okay, so here I'm prioritizing joining rallies over calling rallies. That's just a matter of timing. You're only going to be able to get in 5 rallies, and that's if you're close enough to the bear trap that you can march back and forth to the bear trap fast enough. But yeah, I'm never in a hurry to call a rally. Let's see here, we're joining, and I prioritize the oldest rallies when I join. Okay, and I'm looking for well-constructed rallies. I'm looking for rally callers that I know are going to kick wrong heroes out of their rally, because the scores in those rallies are going to be higher. The skill level is what matters when you're joining rallies, the skills themselves. It needs to be an offensive skill. Okay, and so now I start to look at the score. As you can see, I am not the strongest person in this alliance. I believe I'm in the top 3 or 4, but I certainly am not stronger than our friend whose name translates to the Emperor of the Mountain, I believe. But they're much stronger than me. Their stats are better than mine. Their hero gear's better than mine. Their chief gear's better than mine. But yet I consistently have a better score in the bear trap. And there's a reason for that. The reason is the Emperor of the Mountain, again, an architect of this alliance. Okay, between this player and XOXO, they built this alliance. I didn't do much other than run my mouth. Okay, but these two players have done a ton of work along with the R5. And I have the utmost respect for this player. But what this player is doing is putting all their eggs in one basket. We'll see how they have too many troops in too few rallies. Okay, you want to spread your troops out. You want to call one rally and join 3 rallies. You want to do that exactly until you have too many soldiers to do that. We're going to be doing it that way for probably 2 seasons, probably like 3 months. We're going to be doing it that way. Okay, and it'll evolve over time, but call one rally. Everybody calls a rally. We'll go over rally timing and staggering of the rallies once we get the heroes down. But everybody should be prepared to call a rally. Okay. All right, let's see what's going on now. I'm just kind of policing my rally here, making sure nobody's joining with the wrong heroes. We got a good bonus deck here. How long are we waiting here? So I'm going to go in and I'm going to look at other people's rallies at this point, and I see these rallies. It looks like I'm looking for one to join. I skipped that one because they got Gina. I'm not happy about joining these two, but the reason I joined them is because they're going to hit the trap next. Can't join that one because my whole squad can't fit in it. It'll screw all my troops up. So I join Gum there. But Gum will be back in time for me to be in another powerful rally, which is why I joined anyway. We don't want to leave our soldiers on the bench. We don't want to leave them in the barracks. We want them out fighting. That's what they do. They're soldiers. So here I go through the different rallies that I'm in, and you'll notice that I'm not number 1 in any of these rallies. I am never the highest scoring player in any of the rallies, but I'm in most of the rallies. Okay? That's the difference. That's the advantage of only using 25% of your soldiers in each march, is that you can spread all of your soldiers out and you can rotate them through and get them in 2 to 3 rallies every 5 minutes, as opposed to having all of them sit in your own rally waiting for 5 minutes, or a majority of them, and then taking the rest of them and having them sit in a cherry-picked rally for 5 minutes. They're not out there scoring points as much. That's how I boost my score, is I join a lot of rallies. We'll go back to the game and I'll look and count exactly how many rallies I was in this bear trap event. Let's see, I think that's going to be on the trap itself. Yeah, right here. And you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. I was in 31 out of 37 rallies. Okay, count how many rallies you were in, and then compare your score to mine. You'll see that the correlation is there. The 31 rallies. You know, if you proportion the 31 rallies to however many rallies you count in yours to your score compared to mine, especially if you're more powerful than me or you're, you know, about the same as me, there's a lot of people that are right around, like the top 15 is really close in this alliance. So, you know, check that out and you'll see that the math adds up. It's better to be in a lot of rallies and have a lot of rallies than it is to try to fill rallies up. Okay, I know the old adage says that that having full rallies is better than having more rallies, and the math just doesn't support it. You know, the more rallies you have, the more rallies you join, the higher your score is going to be. It's just the math of it. I think that's about it. We see patterns through what happens. It's very important to set your squads up. As you can see, I go through it really fast when I'm joining rallies and preparing to join rallies. Like, I'm looking at who's up, how many people are in their rallies compared to their rally bonus. When I'm cherry picking rallies, I tend to go to the rallies with the highest capacity, the highest soldier capacity. That you just tend to get the higher scores that way. But again, should only cherry pick in the first round. But yeah, I think the rest we'll get into later on down the road when we get heroes. We get everybody having the correct heroes down. That's really what I want everyone to take. Is there's a reason we're telling you to send specific heroes. There's a reason we're telling you to call with specific heroes, and that reason is the skill bonus, the hero skills here. And compare the hero skills to the fact that the bear doesn't fight back. That is absolutely true. The bear does not do any damage to your soldiers at all. Therefore, defensive skills are not needed. And the skill that counts for each hero when you're joining rallies is the top expedition skill. This guy here. Jesse's her skill, top expedition skill. That's why we say use Jesse. Also, level these skills up. You know, I think I'm the only person I saw with a level 4 Jesse in that bear trap today. Let's level these skills up as a priority. You know, I prioritize that over this damage taken down one for Jessie, because I don't use her in defensive situations. I use her in offensive situations. I don't need her in defensive situations. I have better heroes for defensive situations. So I don't need to level that up to level 3. So I saved the manuals until I could get to level 4 as soon as I got her up to 3 stars. Same with Jasser. Skills, you know, he's a priority as soon as I get it. And he also has these green hammer skills. That should be your second priority. Your first priority should be bear trap skills, offensive top skills like this, and your second priority should be green hammer skills for your purple heroes. Jasser has a green hammer skill. Suyu, I think, has a green. Yeah, she has a green hammer skill. And then let's see. I don't think these guys have green hammer skills. Oh yeah, she's got one. Training speed up. Yeah, as you can see, I don't use her to join rallies, so I don't need to worry about this skill. That skill doesn't help me any. This hero is I don't really know why she exists. Same with this guy, Lumac Boken. They changed his name. He used to be Wallace Boken. I don't understand why they changed his name. But he doesn't have any green hammer skills. I don't upgrade his skills. I don't waste the manuals on him because I don't use him in any situation whatsoever. So prioritize your skills. You could prioritize, you know, your mythic heroes. These are the only mythic heroes you got. This and Geronimo for now. But so, you know, obviously get them as high as you can get them for now, and then when season 2 rolls around, we'll have some more heroes, mythic heroes to spend the manuals on. But the purple heroes, epic heroes here, this is all you got. I prioritize Patrick and Jesse's top expedition skills. Patrick is very good for defense. A level 4 Patrick skill beats a level 5 Sergey skill. Okay, that's why we use Patrick over Sergey in defensive situations, in garrison situations. That's why it's Patrick and not Sergey. Let's see what else. I think that's about it. But the heroes, the expedition skills, Suyu. These are the skills you want when you're joining rallies and when you're calling rallies. If you have 3 mythic heroes, because you have, let's see, that gives me 15% up there, a 50% chance of a 30% damage up there, which hits 50% of the time. That's reliable. Automatic 15% there, so there's 3 total skills. Offensive, that's a defensive skill. That's an offensive skill, 15% up. That's an offensive skill, 15% up. Neither of them are chance skills. They're both guaranteed skills. And then Zinman, I also have his exclusive gear unlocked to level 2. However, it doesn't apply to bear trap. Zinman constructs an archer tower, increasing defender troops attack by 5%. So that increases your offensive ability when you are being attacked. And obviously, we are not being attacked in bear trap. So while this skill technically applies to the rally bonus, it is not used in the bear trap. It doesn't do anything. Let's see, what's Molly's level 2 skill? Defender troops lethality, so that's also for defense. And Natalia's, I can't see the level 2s. Oh, increasing damage dealt. Yeah, it looks like her level 1 skill is a damage up by 10% skill. We got, yeah, I don't got the frost stars for it right this second, but I'll get that eventually, and that'll help my bear trap score. That'll do. If you have any questions, hit me up in the chats. I may not respond right away. It may take me a couple days. I'm really only active half of the week. The other half of the week I work many hours each day, most of the day. So rest of my time is spent with my family. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is pretty much the only days I'm available. But hit me up. I'll help you out. Anything you need.